Okay guys, Kevin Dye Painting, Arnold, California. I'm going to do a video bid to show you exactly kind of what we do, let you have an idea of how we do things. This is a very nice house. It looks really big. It's on a great street. We just did one of your neighbor's houses about 2 or 3 weeks back. This house needs some love though. It does not look as if it has been stained in a while. So it is time, and it is a big house. My suggestion on this house would, we come in, we pressure wash, and we bleach the heck out of it to try to remove the black lines like in here. My suggestion on this would be that we take it with a darker stain to try to hide the inconsistency in the wood. It is extremely dry. More black right here. It is extremely dry, and it is basically time. The decks would be pressure washed and bleached. You could do the entire house and decks with the same product. That door looks pretty good. That door looks fine actually. Maybe just a couple little spots over on there with some varnish. Pressure washing is key. Everything. I mean, you have to pressure wash everything in this situation. Deck can be saved. We'll take a lot of bleach, but yeah, this one's definitely in some need of some love, and it would probably be 2 heavy coats of stain. A lot of bleach to remove this, a lot of bleach to get rid of that snow burn. That's basically the snow resting there. It's a big house. It's really nice, but it will be a tough stain. But you almost don't have a choice at this point, just because of the fact that if you don't stain it now, you'll be residing this in the next 3 to 5 years, which will be about 3 times the cost of staining. And then on top of that, you have to stain eventually anyway. Can't leave it bare wood for the seasons. Deck, pressure washed. Handrails are usually sanded because they have some ridges right here. We get rid of that. We don't sand the decks unless you want us to. It can be quite expensive. So what we do is we bleach them out, we resink nails, and then we just run multiple coats of stain. Yeah, this one definitely needs a little bit of love. Any woodpecker holes or any of that stuff would be patched. Pretty much everything on the building, everything on the property would be stained. Everything that's wood would be stained. All the inside and outside. I'd probably say you're in the 20 to 25 gallons of bleach to get us as clean as we can. These eaves, I would suggest, look at the black mold up in there. Yeah, we'd have to just get rid of all that. I would suggest on these eaves, we just bleach them all out, get rid of the mold, take it to the same color. When we get to a house usually like this, we like to go with a darker stain, something far darker, so that it hides the inconsistencies in the wood. That, or take it to a paint at this point and just paint and seal it up. But again, that's expensive. So, and stain always looks better. It just looks like a nicer property, and it better for resale, better for everything. A stained house up here. Gutters would be power washed, and they would be painted to all match. I see a couple aren't the same color. They would be painted to match. Unless of course you don't want us to paint them, because they don't look really that bad, so that might save you some money. Yeah, underneath the decks, so here's where we end up with a situation. Underneath these decks, this looks okay in here. It's not too bad. All lights come off the building when we pressure wash and stain. I don't like stain on the concrete. I don't like stain on windows. Underneath here, if we were going to go ahead and stain all this would probably be more beneficial to the longevity of the wood, but at the same time, it's going to take a lot of stain. And there's some areas that are pretty torn up. So I know you're going to have pest control come in as well, so we could come in afterwards and do a secondary bid. A lot of bleach work, a lot of bleach work, a lot of bleach work. All this stuff out here. I mean, it's a really nice house, but it's going to need some attention. We paint the trim color. We do like all these guys. We do these guys. We basically do restorations of these houses. We don't just show up, stain it, and leave. We try to make it look as if it was new. But I would suggest a darker stain, and then paint the trim in, like all the fascia up there. We paint it in, not around the windows, but around the fascia. We actually take it a dark color to hide some of that. But I mean, like this stuff right here is almost impossible to get rid of, no matter how much bleach and how much pressure washing. Definitely time, without a doubt. Outside of railings, I know this is probably some of the stuff that your pest control are going to be fixing this week, so we can coincide our job with them. Yeah, it's pretty bad out here. A lot of work, a lot of sanding. I would almost suggest replacing that board all the way across, because that would probably be about the same cost as us sanding it to bare wood. Bleach, sanding, windows would be masked. That's pretty much what we have. So what I'll do is I'll write this up and I'll send the this video, and I'll send the quote over today to Mrs. Machado at Barry Ward, and then she can send it to you guys, and then we can pretty much go from there. But we can also discuss some of the things, you know, not doing to a la carte, take some of the price down. But the reality is, to restain this one from the ground up is going to be an endeavor. But once it's done for 10 years, and you'll have a really nice house. So we look forward to talking to you, and thank you for your time. Thank you.